Okay, today's segment is Chefing with Sheila. We're gonna do shrimp and grits. Cheesy shrimp and grits, because we do have cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese. So here we go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is fix my grits. I got 2 cups of water. And I'm going to put about a cup more of it in my grits, in my water for the grits to cook. Usually when you cook grits, you just kind of eyeball it and measure, okay? If you cook grits a lot, that's what you do. Do this, and then we're going to add a can of chicken broth. And that also has salt in it. So you can see I almost have 3 full cups of liquid here. Now, a lot of people measure their grits, and it's a good thing to do that. But I'm going to put about 1.5 cups of grits in the water. Like I say, you can bring it to a boil if you want to. You don't really have to. That's up to you. So I'm going to measure here. I got a full cup here, and I'm going to go all the way up to half. So I have 1.5 cups of grits here. I'm going to get my handy dandy spoon here, and I'm going to add the grits to the water and the chicken broth. And you're going to see that grits cook. It says 5 minutes, but it takes a little longer than 5 minutes to actually cook grits. Okay? Still stirring these grits, and they're thickening up, as you can very well see. Okay, I'm going to reduce the fire a little bit. And like I said before, some people like to add milk to their grits. I'm going to add a little milk and butter to my grits. Now, grits have a tendency to stick. That's why you have to keep stirring them so they won't stick. Okay? So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to get some butter right here. And I'll put about 3 tablespoons of butter there. Maybe a little bit more, about 4 tablespoons of butter. And we stir, because as you can see, they're thickening up. Thickening up. And I got to keep the eye on my bacon over here. Make sure it doesn't burn. Doing okay. Got that good old cast iron skillet that Grandma used to use, and it's been very well tempered, let me tell you. I've done a lot of cooking in that skillet. So I'm stirring my grits again. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add milk. Just a little bit of milk. I told you I don't measure really anything that often, so let's put about, that's going to be like a 4th cup of milk in there. And we're going to let that simmer with the milk in it. Now the reason I told you I'm not adding any salt is because the butter already has salt in it. I'm using salted butter, or unsalted butter, but it still has a little salt in it. And you can always add salt if it's not to your taste. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of salt in the cheese. So we're gonna make sure we add that cheese in just a minute. I'm still trying to keep an eye on this bacon over here cooking. So let me go ahead and move it around in the pan a little bit. What we want to do is get it very crisp because we're going to crumble it. And we're going to add it to the dish when we're done. Yep, that's cooking up pretty good here. And actually you just let the grease cook the bacon. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use that grease a little bit later. So let me just stir the grits a little bit more. I think I'm going to add a bit of pepper to the grits. Shake, shake, shake. That's about a teaspoon of pepper. Looks like it needs a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. Just 1 second. Let me reduce the heat on this bacon. Stir it around a little bit. Yep, it's getting there. Getting there. Just let it cook really slow like that. Go back to my grits. Stirring it up. Stir, stir, stir. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to add some of that to my grits. Just pour it on in there. You can use your hands because your hands are peppered. They're very clean. I have the hand sanitizers that I use before I start cooking. And my hands are clean. So we're still going to stir that grits up. Just be careful that you don't waste it. You're not in a hurry. And if you are in a hurry, slow down. Slow down. Because it has to be mixed thoroughly. Looking good. Stir, stir, stir. Keeping an eye on your bacon as well. Okay. Yes. Getting crispy over here. Yep. Yep, that's looking good right there. I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit more and go back to stirring my grits. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to take the bacon out, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that fat. And I know my eye is still on over here because I can feel the heat, but I want to transfer. So I'm going to take this skillet here. Let me put this down first. Let me get a towel real quick. Okay. I'm going to take this skillet here I have. I'm going to add a little bit of the bacon grease here. This is what I'm going to do. Let me get a towel. Okay, this one here. What I'm going to do is fry up my little vegetables I have. And I have the bell pepper, the red bell pepper, the red onions, and the green bell pepper. So I'm gonna cut my heat up a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to turn my fire up a little bit more, my fire, so this can start cooking. And I have some onions here as well, some red onions. About two teaspoons of red onions in there. That should be more than enough, okay? More than enough, as they say. Okay. So we're just going to let that keep on simmering.
Professor, Lex.
But I do choose to put a little garlic in my shrimp and grits. And I have the garlic here. And I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon. A teaspoon and a half of garlic here. So we're going to let that continue to simmer.
Professor, Lex.
Okay, so the vegetables are cooked. And what I'm going to do is make a little roux. This is a little bit of flour. About 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay. And you stir, because this is how you make your roux. You notice how I left that little cooking oil in there, and the bacon grease gives it a lot of flavor when you do that. A little paprika to my vegetables here, just a little bit. A little bit of parsley, just a little bit. Shake. Even 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to stir it a little bit more. It's browning pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Looks good to me. And it smells wonderful. It smells wonderful and it looks good. Okay, stir. It's nice and hot, so we're going to add the water. A little bit of water. You know how thick you want your gravy to be or how thin you want it to be. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear when you're making gravy. You want to hear that sizzle. And you want to consistently, oh, I couldn't get that word out. Stir. You're stirring. Oh yeah, that smells wonderful. Absolutely. Gravy is a little thick, so you just use your water and use your own judgment as to how thin or how thick you want your gravy. Okay? Because you can make it as thin or as thick as you want it. It's up to you. Okay? Oh boy, that looks good. And it smells good too. I have garlic, the green pepper, the red pepper in there. Now I'm over here at this skillet here. And what I'm going to do is show you I've already washed my shrimp. I'm going to season them a little bit. And what I do, I squeeze a little pepper on them first. I'm sorry, squeeze a little lemon. Squeeze a little lemon on them first. Okay. A little paprika. I do a little parsley. Now garlic is already in the gravy, so we're not going to add any garlic to this. It's already in the gravy. I never measure anything. That was about a little bit more than a 4th teaspoon, maybe a half a teaspoon. Okay. I like a kick to mine, so I put a little crushed red pepper in there as well. Just a couple of sprinkles, but you don't want it too spicy. You just want it spicy just enough. Okay? And now I'm going to take this to my frying pan. Let's put that down. And I'm going to take this to my frying pan. And it's all nice and hot. Pork shrimp in there. These are the little shrimp that you can get at Walmart. They're about $6 a bag. And to make shrimp and grits for, you know, your family in the morning for a quick breakfast, they're just great to do that. Okay, I'm ready to plate this up. So okay, and then I made some Texas toast to go with. So we got a Texas toast here. And there you have my presentation of shrimp and grits, Sheila style.